and/or associates.
Lisa and Robyn are two fun friends diving deep into conversations where nothing is taboo. They believe in eating dessert before dinner and wearing the bikini. They're allergic to labels, authority, and cheap shoes. Currently, they're launching themselves through life being the good time, bold enough to take risks and inquisitively asking, what's next? They hail from New Hampshire, but they could be anywhere dressed in cute clothes. If they had to share a tombstone, it would read, "Curiosity killed these cats." Your hosts, Lisa and Robyn, on the mic.
Welcome back to the second hour of Lisa and Robyn on the mic. You were listening on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live as well as Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. I am in the studio with Robyn.
Hello, welcome back.
And I am also in the studio with two women who founded Hr2 Boutique in Manchester, New Hampshire on Hanover Street. And their names are Danielle Goldberg.
Hi, guys.
And Melissa Baker.
Hi, everyone.
How are you guys doing?
Thank you
Great.
for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I am in your skirt.
You are.
It looks
very cute. It looks great.
Can you turn my volume down just a hair?
Yes.
Thank you.
And
that was a little kinky. I'm in your skirt.
I am in your clothes. And I wanted to tell you that we talk about fashion on the show all of the time. And we love boutiques because we love the personalized attention. We like that you have individual things. It makes I don't feel like I'm just at the mall, buying something that everybody else is going to have. We don't want anyone to wear our stuff that we're wearing too. We also have that little bit of pride of I don't want to go down the street and see six of me walking or go into a party. All have the same dress on.
Wait, did she wear that better than I did?
Right.
She wear that better
Who wore it better? Who wore it better? But for, I'm going to say your generation, because I'm going to say that you're younger than me, that a lot of people think that they shop online. What was the decision like to open up a boutique in 2024?
Well, I would say that more people like to try on clothes today than you really, would think. And what has happened, because we have a website too, is that people look at our website and to see what they potentially might want to buy, and then they come into the store to try everything on. So, even though a store, I have a background in corporate retail, and a store is really important to have, as well as a website, in order for you to have a presence in the local market.
So I will say that I'm a realtor, and I 100% believe we need retail spaces. We need businesses in our community. What made you came from corporate? What was your background?
I was a hairstylist.
You were a hairstylist.
I still am.
You have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
Yes, you do.
Is that your natural color?
No.
Great job.
Thanks.
It's hard to do blondes.
Love it.
It's hard to do blondes. What made you decide to do this as a joint venture?
What made us decide? So it just kind of randomly came together, to be honest. We were both sort of looking to branch out, and Melissa has always dreamt of owning her own store. I wanted to try something new. I've always been interested in fashion, and stars kind of aligned for us. We've been, best friends for years now, and we were looking for something new and just decided to try it out.
Yeah, Danielle moved back here. Danielle's originally from Manchester, and she moved back here, during COVID. And one of the first things she said to me was, we need somewhere cute to shop.
Yes.
And
no boutique.
And so I was like, okay. And I have visited a few times. And I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, and I lived in New York City for many years. And that's where my background in retail was. And I've always thought about, I was like, I want to have my own store, but it needs to be in Buffalo, but not Buffalo. And oddly, this came, as Danielle said, the stars aligned, and things changed for me at the end of 23, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And we had some different types of ideas of where we wanted to be and what the store wanted to be like, or what we wanted to be like, and all of that came together. So it just kind of felt, natural that this was happening.
Yeah, it really did.
And do you fell in love with Hanover Street because of the
Yeah.
lights and
It's
all
so
those other
beautiful.
businesses
It's
going
beautiful.
there, and the
Yeah.
and the theater is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of foot traffic, which is great, but it's so beautiful. We just sort of
And then how do you decide what lines go in the store? How do you decide who and what you're going to carry?
well, we sort of kind there's a few things that go into it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, no. Up a little bit. Right there. Perfect. Thanks. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was trying to get my
Um,
volume right.
First and foremost, we look for things that we like, that you are unique but approachable, wearable, that we feel like the people that live in our town will feel comfortable shopping. Price point was really important to us. We wanted it to be affordable for the people in our area. And yeah, it's really just kind of a blend of things that we like and
They
sort
go
of,
well together.
yeah.
Yeah, because I went through your store and was like, everything is cute. Not everything would look good on my body, but everything is cute.
Right.
So I think it's, and then you didn't seem to 100% target a demographic, like age-wise.
Right.
So it could be,
That sounds
you
good.
shop there, but your daughter also shops there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something for everyone for sure.
Like our moms go to town.
Oh,
but
yeah.
then at the same time, we have like 30-year-olds come in and buy up the shop. So it really is, for everyone. And, that's, we enjoy, being able to service all types of ages and people.
What did you not expect in opening a shop that now seems so evident?
What did I not expect? I guess I just wasn't sure how far we could push it with trends in Manchester. And surprisingly, people are very open to wearing things that, won't be seen elsewhere. And I think that's been the most surprising to me, is just seeing how open people are to trying new trends.
I will say that I found you online. You, Great Magazine partners also with Greater Manchester.
Great Bedford, or Greater Manchester.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then your ribbon cutting.
Yes.
I was like, oh, there's a new boutique in Manchester, and I was so excited to see you guys model stuff. You're showing what's happening and then how to wear the new trend with another new trend.
Right.
Because what I find sometimes when I was 19, I was on trend. Whether it looked good on me or not, I was wearing that.
Right.
Because I wanted to be trendy. And then, life takes over and you're like, I need to be comfortable.
Yes.
I want to look good and I want to look fashionable, but I don't want to be fidgeting so much with my
Right.
clothing that I don't feel good in
Wait,
my
so
clothing.
did you get on that trend with the, was it Skechers? They had the rockers or whatever. They were going to do your legs. the
Oh, yeah.
muscles. Did you get in that trend?
They
did not-
promised to lift your butt and
Yes. I wasn't wearing sneakers.
It's like the miracle.
I will
rockers
tell you,
finishing.
I worked at Foot Locker in their corporate office at the time, and those blew out.
You saw them everywhere.
Yes, everybody wants a nice, good butts look good in everything.
This is true.
Right? This is a good
Yes.
accessory to have.
Yes.
A nice butt.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Yeah,
Great
no.
marketing, but it didn't work.
No.
I had the jean shirt that had the shoulders open, the holy shoulders,
Oh,
and
yep.
I don't bring that back. The-
Kind of came back.
I know, and I'm like, let's not bring. And one of the things I dislike when fashion is exactly like it was. It's like, can't you change
It
the
recycles.
color?
Exactly.
Can you? I understand you're
Not too literal.
right. We've got the Madonna cone boobs again. Like, why can't it just be like do something where
Something
you're
different.
yes, when you like are making a nod to an old trend, but
Yeah.
you still modernize it by doing something else. I'm not
Exactly.
wearing rubber bracelets again. I'm not. I know
course
that
not
they
doing it.
Or jelly shoes or Crocs.
Yeah.
Oh, the Crocs.
You guys won't remember, but when there was a legging, I'm going to call them a legging,
Oh my
and
god.
they had elastic straps on the bottom.
Stirrups.
Oh,
Stirrups.
they're next year.
Yep, you'll be seeing them.
You'll see them again.
I am not. My legs look like tree
How does
trunks. in
that? How,
those.
how are they? How? What leg? What kind of leg does that look good on?
Nobody knows.
Because they're
it's
going to
like
bring it back anyways. They're mad at us.
it's like a,
They're punishing us.
so when
it makes nice legs look like those legs. It makes look everybody's got cankles
Yeah, yep, pretty much.
so I will
straight down.
I will say
knee.
that whenever they do a really bad thing in fashion, they're trying to distract women so that we don't do something else. They'll be like, "Oh, I can't find pants that fit," and then we can't do what we were all going to do for a moment. I
Yes.
joke. That's because why would you?
Yeah.
The whole point about fashion is to make people look good
Yes.
and to, in a different way all the time. But now we have these very high-waisted pants.
Right.
That are wider leg.
Mhm.
What am I wearing with that?
Do you
On
wanna-
top.
You could wear a cropped sweater. What's big right now is the French tuck. So where you tuck, you could wear like a longer sweater and you tuck the front in and leave the back, open. But yeah, you kind of, or you
crop.
could wear a bodysuit. You could
Mhm.
wear a tight fitting like tank top. You can layer a tank top and then like a cardigan over it or a blazer.
And then what shoes are we wearing with this wide leg?
Well, it depends on the length. Right now, slingback kitten heels are really in, as well as like
some furry ones.
I know cute little sneakers, comfortable and trendy.
So, what body type does not look good in the wide legs, the narrow waist, the wide legs, like the super wide? Like, I don't like my body type. And so, like what she was saying, like trending, wearing trends, like just because it comes in doesn't mean you have to wear it.
Right.
Like, I think it looks cute on certain people. Then I try it on. I'm like, whoa, I can't get it off my body fast enough.
No, I was just gonna say, like, everyone said the skinny jean went out. Well, this for me, I'm like, I love the skinny jean. It looks great on everybody. That was
Everybody.
never going out for me.
Yes.
So,
Dude, I like boots, man. I'm gonna hook. I can't wait to wear boots.
Those are very in right now.
Yeah.
I love them. But so I have a pair of brown ones. I have a pair of black ones. Like, I love them. The heel is comfortable enough that you could walk in them all day long. Like, I got out of the car this morning and walking down, and we got this dress in Florida when we were down there not long ago. And she's like, oh my God, I love that dress. We ended up walking by, and I was like, I don't know.
So to me, this is so my style because see all of the stitching and all of the ribbing, there's structure.
Yes.
So my body loves structure. This is why I'm having trouble with an elastic waist. My body's like, what are we doing that? Now we just look like we're in elastic bands. So you have to really make for my body.
Mm-hmm.
So when people say, oh, try this, I can automatically say, I
Right.
don't look good without structure. I
Right.
need something.
Right.
I need the clothing to tailor
Yeah.
a
Got it.
look. Or I could look like garbage bag really quick. She threw leaves in a garbage bag and she's leaving the house. In my opinion, that's how I see myself. Right?
No, well, it's good to be aware, of what does work and what doesn't. In terms of wide leg jeans or pants, I do believe there is a wide leg jean or pant for everybody. It's a matter of finding it. But I agree that you shouldn't necessarily just try the trend
Right.
because it's a trend. You wanna work with.
You want to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point of
One of
fashion
the
is to
things
look
I
good.
like about your shop is the fact that, and you get it. I wouldn't say that you get it with all boutiques, but when we came in, you look at something, you know how to dress a body. So you know how to, like, you can size up the shape of somebody and say, hey, and you can suggest this. And so a lot of times people are so resistant to change, or they'll walk through something, and like, oh, I don't know, there's nothing in here, and then you having somebody suggest it. Like, I think that's beautiful. I mean, we walked out of, I don't know how many things you bought. That
A lot.
I should have bought that little purse with the bow on it. That was so cute. Do you guys still have them?
We do.
We do.
Okay. We have to make a trip.
And I was like, I need a Thanksgiving dress too.
I
And it's really funny. I went to Merrimack Outlet because it was beautiful the other day, and I voted. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to walk outside. So I went to the outlets, and I peeked in every store, and even all these high-end name brands. And I'm like, you all look like you're going to a corporate office on a Thursday. There's not one. I said, where's your holiday dresses? And they go, this is it.
Huh.
I was
Interesting.
like, interesting. This is, and they said we haven't really gotten over the COVID casual. I'm like, yes, we're all out. We're
Yeah.
so
I
over
think
the corporate
I
casual.
think we're over it. Yeah.
No,
We've
we've
been
been
out.
over it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years.
So I just thought, has a corporate, you said you were in corporate, has corporate not understood, and is it the fast moving boutiques where even in COVID you were like, well, you'll be cute in COVID. You'll be cute on your Zoom call. You'll look nice.
From the waist
From
up.
the waist up. Yeah.
I think that some people coming, closer to like 22 and those years, had to switch quickly because they had too much athletic wear and too much of like just lounge wear and all that stuff. And they had to get rid of that, and they had to switch quickly back into people want to dress again. But I would say that mostly corporate national brands, you would say, are having the dress up now, are having back to the old mix of prior to COVID, I would say the majority. I don't know what's happening in the outlets out there, though.
Yeah, I think the outlets got everything that didn't sell for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because I said, this can't be your holiday dresses. And the guy was hanging up Christmas lights, and he goes, it is. I'm like, you're not getting anything else before Thanksgiving? He's like, we're not.
Because I worked for an off-price retailer as well, and we were very much about like making sure that we had dressing for work, dressing for brunch, dressing for going out, and the loungewear. So I think it's all dependent upon like what corporation has, what they have left, what they've sold, and how they manage their inventory over the years.
Yeah, that seemed what it looked like to me, because I just thought, this is depressing walking through here with the holidays. Do you guys where do you find out what's fashionable next year? Is it magazines? Is it shows?
Yeah, magazine, shows, social media, all the above. Yep, we're constantly on.
Read a lot of fashion articles, and we comp shop a lot of other boutiques and retailers and things like that as well, especially like some of the majors, because in some of the people like Saks and Neiman's and Bloomingdale's, they'll have the trends for next year already. So, kind of following that, and then make sure that we're incorporating it in a way that's right for us in terms of Manchester, but also our online clientele as well, which is small. We're looking to grow it, but making sure that it's like brand right for us.
What is if someone wanted to look at your online store, where should they go?
They should go to www.shopperidotboutique.com.
You want to spell it for them?
Or you can go to our Instagram page, which is shopperidotboutique.nh, and it's in our link in the bio.
Okay, perfect.
That's awesome.
And the reason why, because at first when I was saying it, I'm like, I hope I'm saying it right.
Peridot, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know, Peridot.
Yeah.
It's Peridot.
Yeah. And
So
did
what
you
made
start
you come up with the name? Sorry.
The name.
That's a story.
Well, we wanted one of the themes of our boutique is color. We wanted colorful clothing, and so we wanted a name that reflected that. And it was so hard finding a name that was like, memorable and cute and zippy, and that we both liked and hadn't already been taken. And Melissa has always really loved peridot for. It's a stone. It's a type of stone. It's actually the August birthstone.
It's mine, and I
Is
hated it.
Oh. Well, for those who don't know,
I was more like the emerald green. I mean, I've seen a couple of peridot, but like
it's kind of like a limey green.
Yes, when I saw that, I was like, oh.
I love chartreuse.
Well, I didn't always love it. I found it last year, and really the meaning of it is your divine path to happiness. And I was in Italy at the end of last year, and I was on the Ponte Vecchio, and I had been looking for the stone. And I looked in the window, and I was like, I need to go find out what stone that is. And so I went in, and they're like, it's peridot. And I was like, okay, I'll take that ring. And so I was kind of like on that like divine path of happiness, like, path. And so when we were trying to think of names, Danielle's like, why don't we just name it peridot, because it has a meaning for you, a meaning for me. And I was like,
And it's cute.
It's
Yeah.
cute.
Yes.
It is very cute.
Yeah. I do love it.
Yes.
So talk about finding the path to happiness.
Well, it's been a very, very interesting year for me. I moved out of New York City, was living in Danielle's apartment for 4 months. I just now moved into my apartment. But, a lot of work went into, like, us working 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on putting this together. And I would say that it was very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling once we like got to that finish line, right? And now it's just like fun trying to keep it going. One thing I would say is all of the people in Manchester, the community is super supportive. All the other business owners, super supportive. It's been great. And, doing collaborations with them has been great. So just finding the new things every day, meeting the women that come into our store has been great. And forming relationships with them, and we message them and tell them when new things come in, and we know like what they like, they don't like. So it's been really fun and fulfilling in that respect.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that Manchester has quite a few business owners that are women right there
Yes.
on
There's
that
a
main
lot.
strip. The cupcake. I know her.
Do Collective.
Do
Collective, Vern's, the
Glass.
glass.
Ellie and Piper,
But even Ignite doesn't.
Ignite,
Yep.
and
She's own. Yes.
mhm.
So just on that little strip right there, there's
Yeah.
so many, which is cool. And who's the what's the little bar pub thing that we went up to?
815.
815.
815.
Yeah.
Yep.
815. Isn't she?
Yep.
Isn't
Sarah.
She,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah.
She hasn't come
Yes.
on. She was invited, and then I think she got a little
Gun shy.
radio shy.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
She's very
She's
sweet.
very sweet.
Yes.
She said she was going to come, and then she's like, well, maybe someone from my group will come. Maybe someone from the restaurant will come. And then
Aw.
she just, so I know people get excited about doing it, then they get nervous
Yeah.
about doing
Yeah.
it because it's live.
Yeah.
I think, well, what if I say something and I want to edit it out? It's like, don't worry. It's fine. So can you tell me a little bit about your path to happiness?
Yeah, well, so I have been a hairstylist for 23 years now, something like that. And, I've always loved that. I love being creative, and just doing the same thing for a long time. Sometimes you get burnt out. I lived in New York City for 20 years, and I sort of was done there and kind of wanted to take a break from that lifestyle and just kind of see where the world took me, and just sort of like finding it, like waiting for something to come to me. And it's just been really satisfying creating this for myself. It's really fulfilling to see like all the hard work we put into it. When someone walks out the store with a bag and they're so happy, it's like we shopped for that. We looked for that. We wondered if people would love it as much as we do. And it's just a happy every
because
day.
you're trying to give somebody an experience.
Yes. Yeah.
And people don't realize
Yeah.
how much, I don't know, to me, joy and happiness you can get from clothes and outfits and being able to, just the feeling that it gives. We call it retail therapy. But
it's a thing.
you get excited about it, and you're, to me, I think it does a lot to your confidence, your
Mhm.
self-esteem.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think when you dress properly,
Mm-hmm.
like this morning I was walking down and I'm like, I didn't have the belt on, and I was walking down the street, and like there was some people working, and I'm like, most of them, like, you can just feel the eyes on you, and I'm like, I kind of look like Barbie, like cheerleader Barbie.
Not the worst thing.
And then I was like, wait, how old is Barbie? And she's like, I think she's like 62 or like 65. And I'm like, shh, all right.
I'm good.
Barbie's going to be 65 right now. But I do. So last Thursday was Halloween, and we dressed up as Ginger and Marianne from Gilligan's
so
Island.
cute.
So cute.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think about that when I had to go to Market Basket. And then I stopped in at Home Goods, and like all these people are looking at me, and there's like you've got Amherst Bedford, stay-at-home moms that are looking at me like, who the hell does she think she is? And I was like, I just ignoring, like the cashier is like boring her eyes into me, and I'm like, man.
It is Halloween, guys, and
Yeah.
it's like I can't walk around with her all day. She can't walk around with me all day. Like I have another half. I kept pulling up my camera. No, I was with Marianne earlier. So and they'd go, oh, that makes sense.
Wait,
oh, that makes sense.
who is who?
I was Ginger.
I was Marianne.
Okay, got it.
And she had the pigtails and the red little shirt and the
Okay.
shorts, the tiny, tiny shorts.
Yes.
And I wore a sequins dress with a ginger wig.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And but wearing that to Market Basket at 2:00 in the afternoon is also like, where do you think you are?
Right.
And then people
love
would give
it.
me the look, and I'm like, I'm Ginger from Gilligan's Island, and they go, oh, and then I'm like, here's Marianne, and I'm showing the picture. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You're like, I was confused. I thought you were a tranny there for a minute. Like, I don't know.
way over, not
My
demure,
bad.
not demure.
My bad.
So
My
yeah,
bad.
so it was. But I do like the dress up component, and one of the things that I love about your shop is I used to wear black all the time. You knew when I was growing up and I didn't know how to be classy. If I just wore black, I thought it felt classy. Because when you go from a city girl who's just chasing a trend, no matter how it looks on you, to trying to figure out something knowing I love clothing. I would love to incorporate clothing into my life, and I would like to feel good in my clothing instead of at odds with my body in clothing, because sometimes going to the mall and shopping for pants is like, I hate you, I hate you. You know, there's a lot of that going on. You hate the designer, you're swearing at, you know, Michael Kors.
Yeah.
Well,
I think a lot of times people think of boutiques as expensive, and they don't, it's not a good, you know, they're not going to, you know, well, I'm not going to go into there. You know, I'm not going into there. But what I've been finding is, and what I love about the shop, again, is that you cater to a body type, a style. And because so many people don't know how to dress for their own body, whether they have long waist, short waist, you know, long legs, thick legs, however, no neck, you know, whatever it is. But what you do is you actually help people to dress themselves so they can feel good about themselves. So, like, to me, I think being in retail, like clothing, like you're actually helping somebody to love themselves.
Well, you're building
and that
confidence.
is a beautiful gift.
Yeah. And what I love is, so once I went through that chain, then everything was black, because the black would look good, the black would look classy. And then one day you're like, what am I always in a funeral? You look at your closet and you're like, I'm just ready to go to a funeral
all the time.
In here all the time. So now I try not to buy black. You know, that becomes my thing. And they'll say, oh, and when I do a dress, they go, well, they have it in black. And it's like, nah, I don't want it in black.
Yeah,
I want
that a
color.
lot. Yeah.
And I have curated over 10 years a very colorful closet.
Awesome.
That's
so
great.
much so that it's like, oh
wait,
I need a black.
You're like, what am I going to wear to this funeral?
Right.
I wore navy, dark blue to my husband's grandmother's funeral, because I almost felt, because she didn't like black. One time I threw a party and I would decorate. And one year it was like based in purples, and one year was another year. And then I thought, oh, I'll do a black and white in gray. It will be like a New Year's Eve theme. And everybody's like, Buffett doesn't like black. And in my head, I was like, I know it feels like a funeral, but this is not going to. It's going to feel elegant and beautiful. But I did not wear black to her funeral.
All right.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
you know, she doesn't want me in black.
Right. I love
That's
that.
nice.
So, but I do love that you have a lot of color in your shop. I love that your price point is in there. And I love that you're two people who took a chance on themselves and are doing something that you love. I think if everyone could do a little bit more of that and find a little bit more joy in the everyday, that overall we would be significantly better. How many more people does your shop employ?
It's just us for now.
Is your shop open right now?
No.
Oh
We're
my closed to come to us?
Yeah, we're opening at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
excellent.
We're staying open a little later
Open
today.
a little later tonight, yeah.
So everyone visit today. What time are you staying open until tonight?
7:30.
7:30?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys will be around. Were you here? Were you open to do Taco Tuesday or Taco?
No.
Not
The
yet.
taco tour?
Not
or-
yet, no.
You going to do it next year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, it brings so many people in.
Yeah.
And just the lines of people on her block. I mean, people are very focused on tacos, but I think,
We'll do something.
yeah.
We did. We went one year, last year, or the year before, and we popped in all the shops in there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people coming in and out and like
Yeah.
wearing, you know, retail, and I think my son was like in charge of like handing out some of the maps at one of the shops that he was in, like giving out the maps and stuff. And I'm like, we tried to hit them all, like go into all the little shops there, because it's been a while since I've been down in Manchester, and I don't know if, you know, especially with Nashua. Nashua Main Street is growing. It's changing. There's getting some new vibes, but gosh, Manchester is growing. Like they've got some great little shops and great little restaurants in there. Like definitely worth checking it out.
And
Hanover Street's beautiful.
what are you guys offering for Christmas? Do you have like an extended? Are you open 7 days a week?
We're going to be open 7 days closer into Christmas, like the last 10 days of December, or like the 15th to the 25th. But we're going to start opening up on Sundays on post Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then we're also doing a small business Saturday event in collaboration with Ellie and Piper and Do Collective.
Oh, nice.
So you got to check that out.
When is that going to be?
November 30th.
November 30th. Okay.
Oh. So do you guys have any other events coming up that you want to tell everybody about, and things that you guys are doing?
I mean, we have a collab with Taste of Grease, who's on our block today, actually. They have a launch of their handbag brand. So that starts at 4 o'clock, which we're also open till 7:30. And then We do second Saturdays in Manchester. So every second Saturday, we have different promotions, different things going on. Do Collective and Bar Life do a yoga class at 9 a.m. at Do Collective. So check that out. And then come over to Peridot, have some sip and shop. And we have gift cards and enter for a raffle to win $100 that we are going to
That's awesome.
we're going to say who the winner is on Thanksgiving Day, actually.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manchester as a whole, the downtown area, they do second
Yeah.
Saturdays, and it's every business is doing some sort of discount, promotion, something like that. So, get to check
Well,
out
I
second
did not
Saturdays
know
in
that.
Manchester. Yeah.
So how long have they been doing that?
We just started again maybe
yeah,
a month or two ago.
I was
Yeah.
like, don't say 30 years. I'm like,
No, they were doing it. I think it started a couple of years ago, and then they sort of stopped doing it, and we just sort of
Picked it up.
I have
picked
to
it up
write it
again.
down. So do you feel like Manchester is has supported is good supporting for small businesses?
Oh, for sure.
Very.
I would
They're
say
all
very.
about small businesses, and they were so excited when when they found out about us. Retail. They want to bring more retail to the area. It's been great.
When we took the paper off of our windows, we had people outside of the store were like, we've been waiting for you to open. When is the day? And we're like, next Thursday. And they're like, we can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's almost
Good
like you're
feeling.
freeing a bird
Yeah.
from a
Yeah.
cage.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, there they are.
Yeah.
Fly over. That's
So-
how I felt, because I feel like I go to Fresh. I shop Fresh all the time, and I shop the 2 boutiques in Bedford. I got this jacket at that little Joseph place. I'll have to think of the last name of it. But they are at a price point where a lot of people don't want to go shopping there, because it's like, but they're beautifully made clothes. They're made. Fast fashion has a bad reputation for, slave labor in other countries and all that other stuff. When you do start doing like, oh, I got this for $7, there is a reason why it is that price. But and I was finally at a point in my life I could afford to buy nice things. So I thought, well, I've had some of those same outfits for 10 years, and I rotate them back in 10 years later, and everyone goes, oh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't it a new dress? And it's like, no, you just haven't seen it for 4 years. It's in the back of the closet. It's coming back out because the quality of stuff stays.
Exactly.
And is there any brands that you particularly like working with because you think they do a good job when it comes to a price point and value system? Like, I think Z Supply is a decent one. Endless Blue, or is it?
Endless Blue.
Endless Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Great
feel like
quality.
They have really good, like the fabric is really good quality, and it's not a $300 dress.
Right.
We
carry this brand called Attentif. It's French, Paris brand, and we carry some wool coats that they have, and they're so beautifully made and at such a great price point. Those have been awesome. It's a great brand to work with.
We really like, we have jeans from JBD and Just Black Denim, and those are great jeans. And those are I would say JBD is our most popular denim brand right now.
Yeah, they
And
look great on everybody.
Look great. And we also have some cords from them too, and it's beautifully made, and a great price. So I would say them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we love our t-shirts from Amy and Co. Beautifully made, really, really good
Do
price
you guys
point.
know that
so,
brand?
So I mean, I think we kind of weeded through all the things that we didn't like, all things that we ordered that we knew weren't of good quality. We sent back.
Oh yeah.
And
We're very
we were
strict
on,
about
we were on
that.
the bad list with our people for a minute, because we were
sending
like
so much stuff back.
we were like, but this is not gonna
not what
work.
you
We
It's
have a
not-
standard.
We have a standard.
So I think that's part of it's almost like a responsibility. Okay,
Yeah.
I am curating what goes in the store. We have limited space. Our square footage cost X. It has to
Right.
make X
Right.
back. And you're trying to balance having stuff that everybody wants, that people have a product that they can afford.
Right.
Right.
Right, and then it will not sit here as inventory, and you're curating also stuff that you like.
Yes.
So it's multiple things
Yeah.
that go into the curation process.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's, I think, what I felt like I was missing from the outlets. And then it's like, yeah, this is why I don't go outlet shopping.
Yeah.
This is why I go to boutiques, because when I want to buy something, I want to buy something.
Right.
Right.
And I don't want to wander through and be bagless for 2.5 hours
Right.
later.
Yeah.
And I was
Mama
like,
needs it in her hand.
You want
I
to
need
feel
to be-
good about it.
Yes.
And that was really important to us to curate, to set up a store in such a way that it felt high end. It felt inviting at the same time and comfortable, but just to create a nice shopping experience for people.
Yeah.
You know, make them feel good about themselves in the process, and also be able to afford it.
Yes.
Like when we shop, we like to feel at home, and that's what we like hope that people feel like when they come into our store.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I one of the things that I really like too is I felt like an outfit could be put together.
Yes.
Because don't you hate when you go into a store and now you found these awesome X pants, shorts,
Right.
whatever, and you have nothing else to go with it, and you bring it home and it sits in your closet because nothing in your closet goes with it, and then it just becomes this thing that you never wear.
Yes.
And I felt like I almost wore the
sweater,
the
with the
sweater
bow.
that was cream with the beige
Yes,
across.
so cute.
But, I felt like it was too big up here and too big down there. That's why I didn't. But I've worn that sweater now a dozen times. I've gotten so many
I'm
compliments
sure.
on
Oh,
So
it.
yeah.
cute.
And the sweater with the bow. And then I bought that. You just put it on your website. It's a blue
The dress.
brown dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked
and,
great.
And then I was like, oh God, I want something like that for Thanksgiving. So that's why I was like, I've got to come back in. I've got to get a cute
Yeah, we just
Thanksgiving
got a
dress.
bunch of new little dresses
Yep.
in.
So how often do you guys rotate the store?
The inventory.
Yeah, the inventory. How long? How
we have
often
stuff
do you guys?
coming in weekly?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We have been selling out of sweaters like crazy, so we just bought a ton of sweaters. We have been tops, like all of like our tops. We have to reorder back into different tops like all the time. The jeans started going right after it was summer. The jeans just started
Yeah.
moving off the
Flying.
flying off the floor. So we had already had a different brand of jeans coming in, so that was already ordered. We just reordered into a brand that we're actually sold out of in terms of different styles. So depending on what it is, blazers and like and more dressy pants are on the floor a little longer than our sweaters, and some of our tops are on the floor like honestly not very long.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what the category is.
But you're
Yeah.
getting clothes every week.
Every week.
So are you guys constantly shopping? So
Yes.
constantly shopping?
Yes, we are. Do you need any help? Do
You know,
wanna
it's
get
another
in
shopping.
line?
It's so
but are you-
fun.
But are you constantly shopping for new labels, or do you feel like you
Uh-huh.
have your labels that you are like, we're going to carry this, we're going to niche here, we're only carrying these 5 labels, these 10 labels?
We actually have like 5 new brands coming in next
Yeah.
week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to check out your tried and trues,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, we're constantly looking for new little brands.
Yep.
And the reason why I talk brands is because when a brand fits your body, it's like they know you know that brand fits your body.
Right.
So
Right.
it's almost like once I find a brand, if I see it online, I know I can
Yes.
shop it because
Yeah.
I know how it
Yes.
fits on
Yes.
my
Right.
body.
Yeah.
Right.
Where some stuff, it's like it was made for a ruler. And I'm not a ruler. I'm not a ruler. Some people don't have a lot of curve, like they don't have a lot of hip or,
Yeah.
something. And that's going to look great on them. I have a long waist. That's why pants are always a problem for me.
Are they?
Oh, yeah, because they always want to cut you, where pants aren't supposed to end there. That's supposed to be in the pant.
I have a short waist. I have the opposite problem.
And
Yes,
she
I
has a
have-
short waist too.
yes.
So there's stuff that I put on me and I immediately know, like, okay, this would actually look really great on her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking up. I look terrible in a one piece bathing suit
Oh.
because it looks like it's as long as my legs.
Yeah.
Even though
Right.
that's
Yeah,
not-
that
Yes,
makes
yes,
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though that's not what's happening.
Right.
Visually, you're like, that's a lot
It
of
gives the
bathing suit.
effect.
Yes. So we were in Florida. We were in Florida. We stopped at this little boutique in Clearwater, and we both immediately went to this. It's actually like, it was a brighter color of like periwinkle, and it was like lace see-through one piece. So it was very like high rise, low rise, and it just had, coverage in the right spots. It was just so cute. And then it dipped down in the back, and we were both like, oh, we're gonna try that on.
And we both came out of the dressing room not showing the
You're
other
like,
person.
nope.
And I was like, I don't think, I don't like it. And she's like, you don't like it? And I'm like, what? No. And I'm like, no, it looks like my boobs are sitting on my hips. And I'm like, it looks like I'm squat. Like I got nothing. Like,
And I look like that's pulling
No.
too tight.
Yeah. I hate when that happens. So
oh,
sad.
but it was like a beautiful bathing suit. It was like the perfect bathing suit.
for,
and I was like, yeah,
for
you
somebody.
definitely wear it. But I'm like, well, it doesn't fit my body type, and it doesn't fit her body body
Doesn't
type. So
fit.
like, it's the pencil.
The pencil will look fantastic because it will make them look curvy. Because there was, it will give them a curve.
Yeah,
where
that makes sense.
Yep.
we have curves, and they're just longer curves or shorter curves, but they're
Yeah.
curves.
Right.
Bathing suits are tough.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that when you find your brand and your
Yeah.
cut, you're sticking with that.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Just to avoid any, unwanted sadness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
But if
You
you
cannot
ever,
have sadness in
yeah,
a bathing suit.
if you ever want someone to help you shop and curate a collection for something,
Amazing.
we will totally collab. We
That's
love
actually
it.
a cute idea.
That is a cute idea.
Oh my
We would
gosh, I think
totally.
we should do a fashion show and we host it and we do it at your place and we'll go live and we do it and everybody do a little runway, we all try on clothes.
Any
and-
ideas you have, we have ideas like whatever you want.
That sounds
Weird.
amazing.
That sounds
That
fun.
sounds really
Love
fun.
it.
Yeah.
So for a year and a half, we've been talking about clothes every time we come in here. Every
Yeah.
time I leave my house, my husband goes, "No one sees you. You're on the radio. Why do you look so beautiful?" As you leave the house Thursday, because it used to be earlier. And he's like, "You're leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning. You look stunning." And I'm taking out the trash. I'm rolling the trash down in this beautiful outfit. And then I'm like, "We're going to be on YouTube. Someone will see me." And then everyone says, "I can't see you on YouTube. You're all hidden."
Oh, really?
It doesn't matter.
But it
You're
doesn't
dressing
matter.
The idea in your head. And I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm
this is
dressing for how I want to feel when I come on the
Exactly.
show. So
Yes.
we've
It's important.
talked, and we've been like, we need to partner because we this is our thing,
Mhm.
right? Clothing can make you feel terrible about yourself, or it
Yes.
can make you feel great
Yep.
about yourself. It could
Right.
help you face the world in a confident manner, or it doesn't.
Right.
So we think it's like such a central part of who we are. We talk about it all the time. We have some guy. Listeners who would be like, "They're talking about clothes again."
Oh, do you mean Brian?
It might be Brian. Brian might be like, "Oh God, with the skirts, all right."
Hi, Brian.
But we can't help it because it is such an important part. And if I could have trained my younger self with how to get here quicker,
Yeah.
that would have been great. Instead of looking back like, thank God we don't have the internet to see those pictures in that outfit.
I know.
I think no matter what, we all have that
Right.
feeling. Though,
Yeah.
thank God the internet didn't happen at that point.
Exactly.
So we talked about our love of clothing and obsession with clothing, but in order to, that was your business. Like, what made you decide clothing was going to be your business? Like, what is your relationship with clothes?
Well, my relationship started in high school when I worked at American Eagle. Now, you wouldn't say that was like, obviously fashion, but that it started then. And then being in New York, and then I went to Fordham in New York City, and I got an internship at a showroom in the summer before my senior year of college, and I did nothing. I will tell you, I did nothing that whole summer because the girl that I worked for wouldn't let me. But one week I did everything for her because she was on vacation. I was like, this is what I'm doing for my life. Like, I literally that week was like, this is what I'm doing for my life. And that's when my love of the industry had started. I had another internship, then I had another one, then I went to work for Foot Locker, and then I went to work for Saks Fifth Avenue. And then when I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, that's when it, really, it was great. All the different expanded the different market appointments, and I went to Europe for market, and that's where my like passion for clothes really came out. And then you learn. Then from there, that's where I learned what I liked and what was good for what I liked and what was good for my body, what wasn't good for my body. Just because I was learning from my buyers and things like that. As I was a planner, I was the money person. So that's when for me it really drove home was when I, worked at Saks.
Yeah.
I always loved the industry, but was the
when you wanted, there's one thing to love it from the outside, and then it's another thing to be part of it.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying about that
Right.
curation. I'm always joking with her that we should have a business as a boutique, but I don't want to fold clothes as everyone takes it up and goes whatever. And then I think
Yeah, there's a lot of things you don't think of
I made
when you're planning this out
I
for
made
yourself.
Danielle American Eagle. out of cardboard with American Eagle back in the day. I probably still have it today. We had folding boards. So I made
like,
one for
t-shirts and
Danielle.
stuff.
I made one for Danielle out of cardboard.
me.
I taught her how to, I was like,
I've never even like worked
yeah.
in a store. I've never worked retail, period. So I
I
went
never
into
have
this like,
either.
okay,
I
what
know
do
to
how
this
do you
day I've never pushed a button on used a cash register.
So like day one, she's like, what do I do?
Yeah. I was like, okay, day one, how do I run a store? Show me, Melissa.
I love it.
Yeah.
What am I
love
doing?
it.
And it, it's every day. I definitely had a little imposter syndrome, I'm not going to lie, day one. But every day I learned more and more and became more confident. And it's been so fun.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that prevents me from opening a store is like, am I going to have to hang all the clothes back up? Am
Yeah.
I going to, all
Yeah.
of that?
Yep.
And then I
Unless
go,
you want to hire somebody.
Yeah. Okay. No, I should just go stick with real estate.
I want to own my
I'll just
store, but
shop
I
there.
just want to be. I want to own my own boutique, but I just want to be the visionary.
Right.
I just
want to
say, oh my God, I want to pick out the outfits. I want to pick out the clothes. I want to try them on. I want to be in that space. I want to make money from it, but I don't want to do
the work.
But you know
right.
how long it takes to do all of those things you just mentioned?
a lot.
a long time.
Right.
It takes a lot of work.
Right.
It- It's a lot of work.
So, what about your relationship with clothes?
I've always loved clothes. I think that came from my grandmother. She always looked, the woman wore heels when she had like her walking heels. Like when we would go on long walks, she had to put on her walking heels. Like she never wore flats.
I love her.
She's
I
from
love her.
Montreal and just very chic. And I think that's kind of where it all started from. So I've always loved fashion. I actually went to, I wanted to be a fashion designer for a minute. I went to FIT in New York for a minute and then decided like, no, it's more of a hobby. That's way too much work.
Right.
And I'm not passionate about it that much.
Ooh, that seems like business.
Yeah. But being in the beauty industry, it kind of goes hand in hand with the fashion
Yeah.
industry. They're very integrated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just always been a part of my life.
Yeah.
Really.
I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was little. I got this book from the library that showed you how to draw out. It was probably like a textbook from
Yeah.
the school, right?
Yeah.
So I used to sit there and just draw fashion.
Yeah.
But no one would teach me how to sew.
Yeah. The sewing.
Fast
ugh.
forward 30, I'm 38 years old, and we remodel our house, and I go to get a quote on curtains, and they're like, that's $5,000. I'm like, for curtains?
You're like, I'll sew them.
I am
Yeah.
going to sew them. I bought
I'm
a
gonna
sewing
learn.
machine, went to this woman who would teach you to sew whatever you wanted. So normally when you go to a sewing class, they make you start with an apron, and you're like, I don't want to make an apron. She was like, what do you want to make? I'm like, I showed her a picture from a book, these curtains. She goes, okay. And she showed me how to make curtains. And I fell in love with
Oh
the
my God.
tangible aspect of making something from nothing.
Yeah. It's very satisfying.
It's very satisfying. So then I would go buy fabrics, and then my husband would be like, hey, what are we doing with this? We're not just going to have fabrics all over the house. This has to have a plan for this fabric. So then I started making clothes,
really?
Really?
and I made them for my body. And
That's
all of a
awesome.
sudden, clothing fit like a second skin.
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't like lifting up, because I have short shoulders. My boob to my shoulder is short.
Okay.
So I have high boobs. But also everything falls off.
That's a good thing.
I'm a high boob.
I want a high boob
I'm
too.
a high boob.
Wait,
Long waist, high
what
boob.
is the normal distance between boob to shoulder ratio?
Whatever the clothing at stores is, because all my shoulders go like this. Everything goes.
But I think they normally there's like a template for
There
like
must
all
be.
those
I don't
for
know
like
it.
Yes, it's
I
like
don't know if Melissa does.
5'7", like
like 14 inches from this or whatever, right? So once I started doing that and sewing my own clothes, I got addicted and people would be like, that's fantastic. And it was a simple pattern of something, but because it fit my body, people thought it looked good.
Right.
And then I realized that was when I was really realizing that fitting you is just as important as what the fashion is.
Yes.
Whatever the
Right.
trend is.
Yes.
So I could take something that was on trend, but make it really a little less trendy by making it fit my body.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, this is addictive. But my husband was like, you got to go to work. You can't just be sewing all day.
You're like, oh,
I
man.
made him a Tommy Bahama shirt with 2 pockets instead of
Oh,
one,
mhm.
and then I made the pocket blend 100% with what the fabric is, so they were invisible pockets.
Okay.
Wow.
And
That's
everybody was like,
wow.
"That's an amazing shirt! Oh my God, there's pockets. Where did you get that?" And I was like, "I made that." From
That's so
around the
awesome.
corner.
That's awesome.
love
Good
hearing
for
that.
you.
That's awesome. Hey, I just remember you guys have the adjustable belts.
We do.
We do, yeah.
I bought that. It is the best thing ever.
Yes.
I love it.
Those are great
You
belts.
got to always have that in your store.
Yes, I
Love
think
it.
that'll be a staple.
Yep.
But so when we're coming into the holidays, people can come. They can shop for you online at go to either Instagram,
Or-
Facebook, or www.
shopperidoboutique.com.
So you can see what they have in their store. Then you can come try stuff on.
Yep.
And then shop local businesses for the holidays. It is really important to support your local community.
Yes,
You know,
come
it's
check
always
them
great to
out.
go.
Their price point is amazing, and it's such a cute shop, and they will help you put your outfits together.
And
And,
then-
everybody needs an adjustable belt. That is for sure.
And also, if you have family members, they can look at stuff online. You can buy gift certificates there.
Yep.
But it's really important because this is their dream, and we want to support other people in their dream.
Thank you very much.
This is a
Yes,
little bit of our
absolutely.
dream.
Yeah.
We want to
Yes.
share it with you.
Thanks,
And
guys.
we definitely want to say anytime you want help shopping or curating, honestly,
No, I think that's a really good idea,
Yeah.
actually.
we would have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would.
Yes.
We will talk more about
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Offline, we would
Yes.
definitely talk. Is there anything else you wanted to
I know
ask them? I know I kind of asked them a ton of questions.
Now, what colors are the purse that you have? I want the purse. I can't remember. I think you had yellow,
We have yellow,
yellow,
apricot,
black,
and tan.
and tan.
That's more of like a taupe.
taupe. I like that. Darker than this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of ivory. That was a bad rendition.
I call that bone. Is that bone?
That
That's
is
more of a
bone. Mm.
bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find something in the room.
Like, it's darker than this.
I'm really liking tan and black together. It's just such a classy.
Yep.
I have a little tan dress with a simple black belt.
It's a little like the candle sticker, a little bit, a little,
okay.
a little dark, a little lighter than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll also go. We're gonna come shopping.
Yes, we're gonna
Yes.
come. We're gonna come shopping.
It's not gonna be today because
We'll
I'm
do a
seeing
lot.
my nephews today, but after
Yes.
school. But
All right.
We're
we'll
happy to
definitely
see
do
you
it.
anytime.
Yes.
Yes. we'll be we'll
Please.
be there.
Please see Danielle and Melissa at Shop Peridot. And it's Peridot when you're going to look for it online. You could see what they have in advance on the website. You can follow their Instagram page. They're always dressing and showing you how the clothing looks on, because I think it's so much better that you put real people in clothing so we can see that we would look good in that
Right,
clothing.
right.
Don't show us 7 foot,
Yes.
100-pound model who
I know.
hasn't eaten anything, and she's all angry with her eyelashes, and she's all bent in this weird position, and you're like, I'm never gonna stand like that. Is that only the way the dress look good? Because if I have to stand like this, I'm not gonna look good in this
Right.
dress. What if I stood like this?
What if it's done like that?
What if I'm like this at the computer and I'm typing? What does that
Yes.
look like?
And check out their shop. If you are local, go to Manchester, Hanover Street,
18 Hanover.
18 Hanover
That's
Street.
where we are.
Yes. And from Nashua, it's only a 20-minute drive.
Yes.
Yes.
From
Very
Nashua.
quick.
Depends
See-
on what speed you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eat
that's
it.
true.
815. Visit Jen at Do Collective. Go to the Palace Theater. They have some fun
Vern
stuff
Glass
there.
Studio is
Vern
she's
Glass
got some
Studio.
great little
There's a
trinkets
great
in
little
there.
Thai restaurant there too. I always like going to that Thai restaurant.
Oh,
I forgot the name.
I forget the
I
name
know
too.
too.
on Elm Street.
Yes, and they have excellent pineapple fried rice.
Yes, they
But
do.
Ignite, they have they
Ignite
have
is
like a
great.
chicken pasta dish that is really good.
Yep.
Yeah, have fun
Oh,
on
we
the
went
weekend.
there.
Yeah.
I think I forgot what you got.
At
we
Ignite.
met Jen. We met Jen. Yeah, isn't Ignite on the end?
It's on
Yeah,
the
it's
corner.
Hooks and Ignite.
Yeah.
We had a
Great
drink.
little shop. Great
Mhm.
little restaurant.
We had a drink there, but then we ate at 8:15 because we had like kielbasa and something else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Their
that
food's
was
really great
excellent.
there.
We had our grand opening party at 815.
Do you know I was shocked because you're thinking bar food, and you get there and you're like, "This is amazing."
It's delicious.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Yes.
Yes.
We should not be
Sneaky
hiding that.
good.
Sneaky good food.
Yep.
Well, I want to
Yes.
thank you, ladies, for joining us. We
Aw.
want to
Thank
wish you the
you.
best with your
Thank
shop, and
you.
we love shopping there. And we're gonna do some kind of collaboration. We'll have something fun.
Would love
Sounds
that.
good.
Yes.
Thank you for staying tuned to Lisa and Robyn on the mic on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM on WSMN.live, Facebook, and YouTube. Until next Thursday, have a fun, fantastic week.